Hey guys, Bipolar Barbie here. Now today I wanted to do something very different. I wanted to do a makeup tutorial. I guess you might be asking, why? That doesn't seem like her. Well, I guess aside from the fact, why the fuck not? I am just really upset with the makeup tutorials that I can find online. They are just not realistic. Like, the average person that isn't a complete amazing makeup artist and hasn't been doing makeup their whole life and doesn't have like 12 million subscribers to their YouTube channel, seriously, for the rest of us, we are lucky if like we even look half normal when we do our makeup. So I wanted to show you guys how I do my makeup, and let's hope it's a bit more of a realistic expectation. Maybe I can, look as good as Kardashians do on every single day with their makeup. So I've been doing research on how you do that. Apparently, for all of these years, I've been doing it wrong. When I googled like what makeup do you need, I realized there was just this like whole plethora of makeup that I needed. Like, apparently I needed like a primer, I needed a pore filler, I needed a liquid and powder foundation, I needed like a contour palette, I needed like all of these things that I didn't even realize existed. So I decided to go out and purchase some. I obviously can't afford anything like MAC Cosmetics or, I don't even know what other like expensive brands are out there. I mean, even like Revlon and L'Oreal that people would consider like cheap makeup is just way out of my price range. So you know what I did? I went to Kmart. I checked out what they had in Kmart. I was very surprised yesterday to find out that they had a sale. So a lot of the shit that I bought was like $2 to $4, which is incredible. So let's check it out. Let's see what we can do. Now, I guess, where do we even start? I don't know. I've got so much shit here. And OXX Cosmetics. The thing is with like these cheaper foundations is they don't, or like cheaper products in general, they kind of don't have instructions on them. They don't even really like tell you exactly what they are. So I've got a range of like primers here. This one is like a purple one. It says it's a mineral primer, so we're gonna start doing that. I honestly like don't know what a primer does, but I guess like it must do something because people like swear by it. Not sure if you meant to like let it dry, but like I'm not sure if it's like just a sweat dripping off my face or it just turns into liquid and kind of like runs down. Now I guess the next step, because I bought a bunch of this shit and I'm probably never going to use it again, something like a nude pore filler. I don't know if I have like big pores. I don't really know what the definition of like big pores are, so we're just gonna like put that on there because I want my skin as smooth as a baby's ass. One thing I think you really need that is like super important when you're doing your makeup is really just like a clean workspace. You really want something that is just well organized, something that just really like helps you out. I guess the next step is like a concealer because nobody wants those like blemishes and shit to be showing. I don't know how you can get rid of the fact that they're like mountains, and even if you like manage to cover them and make them look like the rest of your skin, you can't get rid of the fact it's like a volcano bubbling under your skin. So what I did was I bought like a bunch of concealers. I guess this is like your Superstay 24 Hour by Maybelline. That was probably the most expensive one, and I only bought it because like it matched my foundation. This one is an e.l.f. I think it's a concealer, like I'm not really sure because it doesn't say anything on it. Same with this one. I think that's like a liquid concealer of like the same thing. This one was the cheapest. It cost me $1 in Kmart, that concealer. I'm not really sure like where you're meant to put your concealers, so I might just do this one because I kind of like the idea of like a little crayon, so we're just gonna like put some of that on there. I know they like to say less is more, but I just have this feeling that like with concealer, like always more. I don't know, I guess like you kind of want it like down here too. See, that's what I mean, this like mountain of a fucking pimple, guys. Like, you can't really like cover that shit up. I don't know like where else you like put concealer, but we're just like, we'll just put it everywhere, I guess, because like you just want to conceal your whole face, really. Maybe like, I don't know, they talk about blending so much, so like maybe we'll just put like a bunch of concealers on there and then we can just like blend all of it together. This one's like super stay, so I guess like, I don't know if it's gonna stay in like the heat that we all have here, but meh. That's disgusting. Because I've never used like liquid powder or like foundations or anything like that before, I don't really know like how to do it properly. And I guess like I saw these things and apparently that's like all the rage now. I see them in like the tutorials, so I don't know if you like meant to dab them or you kind of swipe them, but honestly the swiping is like way less time consuming, so that's kind of like what I would be going with. But I seem to think that like the swiping kind of just like wipes it actually like off your face, so you don't want to do that. Fuck, I'm looking like concealed as fuck right now. I have this highlighting palette, but I think like really a dark and a light would have been like sufficient, right? Now I'm not really sure if you kind of like blend before or after you add the foundation, but this one here is like a matte poreless by I don't know, Maybelline maybe? Fit Me. Says it's got a sunscreen. No, it doesn't. It's not a sunscreen one. I'm not really sure how much of this you can use. Like, you could probably shake it up, but I'm really bad at leaving, like, the lids on things, so all of my paint and, like, everything just kind of dries up. So, I assume you just kind of, like, put it on there. You don't want to use too much, like, not because you don't want to use too much, but I mean, like, this shit's expensive, you know? Now I'm kind of getting foundation in my hair, so that's probably not a good thing. I don't know how I'm feeling about this, like, applicator. Now, I think I just have, like, foundation in my eye, and it's, like, really annoying me. I think there's, like, one thing that you just have to accept when you're doing your makeup is that it's always gonna get in your eyes, guys. Like, everything is gonna get in your eyes. I don't know if you guys are like me and you get these like crazy kind of like neck hairs. That just seem to like grow out of like nowhere and pop up overnight, and then you're like, what the fuck? Why am I growing like neck hair? I got that fucker. Can you see that? That kind of. You don't want that hanging out of your neck. Like, too, to see if, like, you have any chin hairs or where hairs tend to grow as well is, like, oh my god. Like, honestly, can you see that? Like, what the fuck is growing out of my face? What? That's why it's like important to check. You might even want like a banana. I hate bananas, but they have lots of potassium. I don't know what potassium is or like why you would want potassium, but one thing I know, the only reason I eat a food that I hate so much is because it's the only thing that makes like my meds like not make me vomit every day. I honestly don't know what that dark bit is. Like, I'm worried that like maybe there is hair growing down like that side of my face. really would not surprise me. I know this makeup's called like Fit Me, but I don't know, is it gonna make me fitter? That'll do. I mean, really, I think one thing that you need to remember is like you want to be in like a dark room that doesn't have much light, because then you're not going to know really what you look like. It'll make you feel so much better about yourself. And like when you go out, seriously, like no one is going to point out how bad your makeup looks. Like seriously, how many girls do you see there that haven't bothered to like blend at the neck? Does anybody say anything? No. What happens if your, you know, like your foundation is not color matched to your skin? Nobody will say anything. Unless you're my friend Gabe, who said something to me the other day. I could not find any of my makeup products, so I like went to my mom and was like, can I use like your foundation? Seriously, borrowing beauty products from like my sister and my mother is so wrong. Like they're like albino. They are so goddamn white. Like compared to them, I'm like black. Like seriously, they are like that white. They glow. They're almost like see-through. So, not discriminating on skin color, but like it's a serious issue when trying to borrow like their makeup products. Then I couldn't find a brush so that I could add like my own powder foundation to make it darker. So I'm like going around asking them for a brush. My friend Gaines there, and then he's just like, I got the brush. And then he's like, oh, I was gonna say, like, what the fuck is wrong with your face? I was like, I didn't know whether to be like offended or like thankful for the fact that he is such an honest person, which is what I love about him, that he wouldn't let me leave the house looking like that. So personally, I'm all about telling someone when they've got toilet paper stuck to their foot, or like when their skirt's still like tucked in to their clothes when you're seeing a stranger leave the bathroom. Like, come on, look out for each other, guys. So I guess when you're adding the powder, like you probably want a big brush. I'm told this is like a blush brush. I don't know. I don't really care. So just like add like the foundation. Tap that shit there. It seems like such a waste because it just kind of like snows down on everything else. Feel like I've just stuck my face in like a bag of cocaine with like the amount of like powder that's just getting in my face and sinuses like right now. I wonder if I should just kind of like brush it into my hair. Like, is that what you're meant to do? Like blend it into your hair like as well? It's so hot here, like I'm already, like the sweat is already beading. Now in the video I did the other day on glitter herpes, if you don't know what glitter herpes is, fuck, that's so much powder. If you don't know what glitter herpes is, then totally watch that video and check it out, because I still have it. Like, it's so contagious, it just gets like everywhere. I think you probably want like to be wearing a white shirt, because that just seems like it would be the smartest thing to do. Now I think the real test is like when you leave the house and you go out into the sunlight. It's like, what do I look like? Do I look good, guys? It's like, I don't know, it's, I can't see, it's like so bright. Now at this point, I think in the tutorial I'd probably take my hair out, do my hair, get in a pretty dress and like be dressed up or whatever. But like, if you're like me and you don't really go out much, all you're probably doing your makeup for is so that you look good in selfies, so that you can pretend that you actually have a social life.